Yo, tapping in real quick for this UFC 302 Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier full card breakdown and predictions. Now let's go ahead and dive into it. That first fight of the night, I do not know how to pronounce old boy name, so we just gonna call him the Art of the Knockout. That is his nickname. So the Art of the Knockout versus Andre Lima. And I'm gonna go ahead and side with Andre Lima to get this one done via unanimous decision, possibly inside the distance. Now, with that being said, I do not know a whole lot about this young man who is the Art of the Knockout. What I do know about him, what I was able to dig up and find on him, and what tape I was able to watch on him, led me to lean Lima to get this one done via unanimous decision. He gonna stuff enough of the incoming takedowns to keep it on the feet long enough to just outwork this man over the course of 15 minutes, or possibly clip this man coming in with a knee or uppercut. You understand what I'm saying to you? Coming in for a takedown, or just clip this man if he decides to stand on the feet and strike with Lima for too long of a period. You understand what I'm saying to you? So the lean's Lima. But I really do have too many question marks on both of these motherfucking sides to be really confident in it. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, I really want to see how these two young men perform at a higher level before I can really get too invested into either one of their careers. You feel me? Like, Andre came in against Igor, but Igor, old boy got in his baby bitch ass feelings and bit old boy, and we saw how that went down. You know what I mean? So I really want to see how Andre performs against the Art of the Knockout. I want to see how Art of the Knockout performs against Andre, and then moving forward, I want to see how both of these young men perform up against a higher level of competition, because I'm really not going to be able to measure them going up against each other, 8-0, 8-0. Both of them have similar resumes. You understand what I'm saying to you? Levels of competition. Nothing really outdoes the other's motherfucking resume in any way, shape, form, or fashion spectacularly. So I can't really use this fight as a measuring stick. You understand what I'm saying to you? To how deep they'll get into the division and where their ceiling is in the UFC. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for this fight. It should kick off tonight. It should be a great fight. It should be a banger. I'm hoping Lima gets it done inside the distance, because I will be there in attendance. You understand what I'm saying to you? But the lean's Lima. A lot of question marks, though. So unless we in the prelim parlay or the haymaker prelim parlay or a haymaker for the whole card, I'm probably going to tread lightly on this one. You know what I mean? Moving forward, Jocelyn versus Perez. This is my first dog on the card. I like Jocelyn in this fight, man. I like Jocelyn to go ahead and get this one done 2-1. I don't really see no 3 rounds to nones. Now, there could be a 30-27 in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But I really see it 2-1. 2-1. Judges are probably gonna go ahead and get Perez around in there, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that Edwards is just gonna cruise her way to a decision, you know what I mean? But the body of work, the level of competition, the resume, you know what I mean? Just everything on Jocelyn Edwards' side is more respectable for me personally. And I might be a little bit biased, man, because I fuck with Jocelyn Edwards, you know what I mean? I've made a lot of money off Jocelyn Edwards, you feel what I'm saying to you, parlaying her up. With that being said, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't really see a night where Perez wins this fight, man. You know what I mean? And that money line, in my personal opinion, is disrespectful, man, because Jocelyn Edwards is going to make that fight a hell of a lot closer than the money line suggests, because in my personal opinion, she's going to take it 2-1 and get the nod from the judges, you know what I mean? Moving forward, Mickey versus Basil, if that's how you pronounce his name, Basil, you know what I mean? I'm rocking with Basil, you feel me? I'm with Basil to go ahead and get this one done, probably in round 1. I'm just going to put it to you like this, man. I've never really been a fan of Mickey Gale, you know what I mean? Not high on the kid. Never thought he had a high ceiling in the motherfucking division. Never thought he had a high ceiling in the UFC. Just never thought high of him anywhere, you know what I mean? He's not really great anywhere, you feel me? Like, he can get some of that shit off in the lower level promotions, you know what I mean? But not up here, you feel me? Like, he had his little moment back in the day with the Sage Norcuts, you know what I'm saying? Which is, come on, man. Sage Norcut's notoriously known to fucking crumble too, and it's Sage Norcut, man. Get the fuck out of here with that, you know what I mean? But he had his moments with the sword Sage Norcut fights and the motherfucking, you know, CM Punks and shit like that. Like, but come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be all the way honest with each other. If Basil shows up, Basil, however you say his name, my bad if I'm fucking it up, you feel me? But if old boy shows up and gives us 50%, maybe not even 50%, but I'm going to say 50% of the performance that he gave us against Jack, he finishes Mickey in round 1, man. Inside the distance every fucking time. We just had 50% of the performance he put on against Jack Della Maddalena. And he puts Mickey away. And I know one thing don't have anything to do with the other, but Mickey's just not built to be in the UFC, man. You know what I mean? Now, this is just my personal opinion. Chew me up in the comments if you feel otherwise. You know what I mean? It is in Jersey. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of Mickey Gal fans. You know what I mean? Mickey Gall, Mickey Gal, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? He going down, man, inside the distance. You know what I'm saying? All we need is just half the performance. That old boy, like I said, I can't be redundant enough on that because that's all we need is half, 50% of the performance he put on against Jack. And he puts Mickey away inside the distance, probably in round 1, man. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm rocking with Basil, man. Alex versus Nico. This is another one, man. It's another one that could be contender for fight of the night, man. They gonna bring it. They gonna bang the fuck out. You feel me? I'm rocking with Alex, you know what I mean? I'm rocking with Alex. He's just gonna have more of a technical, all-around approach to the fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? Where Nico, man, he has that reach advantage. He has that length advantage. He's kind of fucking lanky. You understand what I'm saying to you? But he's never used any of that to his advantage. He's not somebody who's going to dance from the outside, you know what I mean, and try to point fight you. Hit you with the jab and keep you on the end of his punches. That's not Nico Price. Nico Price likes to get into gunfights. You feel what I'm saying to you? Like, this motherfucker likes to get into fist fights, get in the fucking fire, man. You know what I mean? He's a live wire. And for that, he puts on great fights. But let's not get one thing confused with the other. You can put on great fights and not be a great fighter. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's like the Mark Hunts and the Tai Tuivasas. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, the Derek Lewises. Like, come on, man. Great fights, but not great fighters. They got that knockout power. They either knocking motherfuckers out or they getting knocked out or choked out. Like, it's always a great fight, but they're not necessarily great fighters, and Nico Price falls into that category, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? And Alex Morono's not fucking great neither. You know what I mean? He's not great neither. He's just going to be more technically sound in his all-around approach in this fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? And he's going to secure unanimous decision. 2 rounds to 1. I don't see no 3 rounds to none. Nico's probably going to get a round up in there. You know what I mean? He's a live wire. He might motherfucking, you know, get up in the motherfucking firefight and catch Morono with something, kind of put him back and have him retreating a little bit, you know what I mean? And take a round. But I really see, more times than not, Alex Morono getting the better end of this fight at the end of the night. Because I really see it going to the cards, you know. 7 times out of 10, I see it going to the cards. I got to say 7 times out of 10. Alex doesn't have a whole lot of one-punch knockout power. Nico Price doesn't neither. You understand what I'm saying to you? But Nico will put himself in that firefight where somebody else can potentially get clipped. You know what I'm saying? More times than he won't. You feel me? But in this fight, man, I think it goes to the cards. I think it goes to the cards, and I think Morono just gets the better of the 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Could be a split decision. Fight of the motherfucking night. Could be a motherfucking absolute barn burner. You know what I mean? They going bang out. They going bring it, man. But I'm rocking with Alex. Now, we got the boy Philip Rowe versus Jake Matthews, man. This is my second slight dog. I believe Philip Rowe was a plus 130 when I last seen him on a money line. I don't have my wallet with me right now for my parlays I already put in, you know what I'm saying? But I'll bring them down for the next video. We talk the parlays and all that. Because I already got prelim parlays in for this, main card parlays in for this, and whole card parlays in for this, haymakers in for this. I already been to the window to catch these lines before they got out of control, and to catch these lines while some of these individuals were still plus money, which in my personal opinion don't necessarily belong being plus money. And you know, 10 days from now, come fight night, 9 days and a wake up, 10 days and a wake up, whatever, they might not be favorites, underdogs anymore. You understand what I'm saying to you? So we'll get into that when I tap back in a little bit later on. You know what I mean? But yeah, Phil versus Jake, man. I'm rocking with Phil, man. Listen, neither one of these individuals are spectacular anywhere, and neither one of they match up very fucking well. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? With the exception of that motherfucking reach advantage and all that on Philip's side, which in this fight right here, this in particular fight right here, that motherfucking reach advantage is going to serve him very fucking well. You understand what I'm saying to you? Neither one of these individuals are high-volume fighters on the feet. Just not high-volume fighters on the feet, man. Jake Matthews isn't a high-volume striker or a high-pressure, heavy-pressure fighter. You understand what I'm saying to you? Both of these individuals, in my personal opinion, they kind of pick their shots. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. They don't got no fucked up fighters IQ. In my personal opinion, they're very fucking smart. And their IQ is very fucking good. That's why some of their fights can be kind of because they don't like putting themselves in positions to get put the fucking sleep or choke the fuck out. You know what I mean? They pick their shots. They're very particular with their attacks. You understand what I'm saying to you? And in this situation, that 7.5 or 8.5 inch reach that Philip Rowe has, and he knows how to use his distance management and control his distance, is going to serve him very fucking well. He is going to outpoint and outstrike Jake Matthews probably 2-1. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not saying Jake Matthews isn't going to be able to get in there and touch Philip Rowe. But more times than not, Philip Rowe is going to be the one keeping Jake Matthews on the end of his jab and on the end of his punches, on the end of his combinations, on the end of his motherfucking kick. Now, Jake Matthews can come in with some kicks, too, to the body and this and that. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from Jake Matthews or sleeping on Jake Matthews. I'm just saying, this 7.5, 8.5 inch reach, whatever it is. I believe Jake Matthews is like 73 inches in the reach, and Philip Rowe's like 80.5, you know what I mean? So 7.5 inch reach that Philip Rowe possesses in this fight right here is going to serve him very well. He will be able to keep Jake on the end of those jabs and on the end of those punches and on the end of those combinations more times than Jake will be able to find his way into Philip Rowe's body or chin. Trust me when I tell you this. And if any grappling or wrestling exchanges take place, Philip Rowe will be the one initiating and putting Jake Matthews up against the cage to shave off some time and work in some, some close strikes from the motherfucking clinch, possibly try to sweep him and work for some, top position. I think Philip Rowe has this one 2 rounds to 1. You know what I mean? Possibly 3 rounds to 9. There could be a 30-27 in there, and I'm not even bullshitting you, man. Like, they're so well matched up that this reach advantage is really going to come into play for Philip Rowe. It's not like Jake Matthews is a high-volume striker and a high-pressure fighter who's just moving forward and constantly looking for ways to get up under your motherfucking shirt and get up in there and work your body and come over the top. He picks his shots, man. Unfortunately for him, in this fight, he picks his... If he was a pressure fighter, if he moved forward, if he was a high-volume striker, you understand what I'm saying to you, he'd fare a little bit better in this fight against Philip Rowe. But I don't see... There's no great discrepancy in their striking abilities. You understand what I'm saying to you? I give the edge in wrestling and grappling to Philip Rowe. You understand what I'm saying to you? Physical strength, I probably give that edge to Philip Rowe. He's got the motherfucking reach advantage by leaps. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I just, at plus 130 against Jake Matthews with a 7.5 inch reach, I'm taking Philip Rowe, man. I'm taking the Fresh Prince. You understand what I'm saying to you? So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. I'm giving you 2 dogs, man. We rocking with Lima to kick the card off. We leaning Lima to go ahead and get it done. I'm rocking with Jocelyn Edwards as a dog to get it done by unanimous decision. I'm rocking with Bezel to go ahead and get Mickey up out of there probably in round 1, to be honest with you, but inside the distance, no matter how you look at it. I'm rocking with Alex to get this one 2 rounds to 1, maybe a split decision, possibly fight of the night, but I'm rocking with Alex as my pick. Philip Rowe is a slight dog, is my pick against Jake Matthews to get it done by unanimous decision. You understand what I'm saying to you? It may be a boring fight. You know what I mean? It may look something like Philip Rowe getting 3 out of 5 takedowns and landing like motherfucking 59 out of 87 motherfucking strikes, and Jake Matthews 0 for 1 on takedowns and landing like 30-something out of 50-something strikes. You know what I mean? It could be very low volumed and very slow paced, but I think Philip Rowe will control the pace. You know what I mean? So Philip Rowe is a dog. 3 favorites and 2 dogs so far. Grant Dawson versus Joe Selecki. I'm rocking Grant Dawson, man. You know what I'm saying? Unanimous decision, 3 rounds to none, 30-27 across the board, and possibly inside the distance. And this is not me sleeping on Joe Selecki. This is with all due respect to Joe Selecki. His body of work, his resume, and the level of competition, his wins, his losses, and everything in between. You understand what I'm saying to you? I just feel like right now, Grant Dawson has a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, man. Something similar to Islam Makhachev in the main event when he got knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? He got that chin touched and he got knocked the fuck out. Grant Dawson got flatlined by Bobby Green. And that young man, Grant Dawson, he saw that fight going so many ways that night. And none of those ways was in Bobby's favor. Every one of those ways, every outcome to that fight was all in his favor. That absolutely popped Grant Dawson, and I believe he's on a mission, man. Now, don't get me twisted. I don't believe Grant Dawson will ever hold a motherfucking belt in this division. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or in any division inside the UFC promotion. He will get past Joe Selecki, and he will get past Joe Selecki in spectacular fashion at UFC 302, in my personal opinion, man. And like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Joe Selecki. I just believe this is the wrong time for Joe Selecki to be thrown in the cage with Grant Dawson. I think Grant Dawson's going to walk away with this 3 rounds to none, 30-27 across the board, or he's going to clip this man, submit this man, get this man out of there in some way, shape, form, or fashion inside the distance. He's going to take whatever presents itself. But, yeah, I got Grant Dawson, man, and I have him justifying his money line. Roman versus Caesar. This is my other slight dog, man. I don't necessarily understand why he's a dog either, but I'm taking it, and I'm taking advantage of the price tag. You understand what I'm saying to you? Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopylov. Now, Roman Kopylov is primarily a striker. You know what I mean? So you would like this, I would like to think that this fight is primarily going to play out on the feet. Like 9 times out of 10, this fight plays out on the feet. And in that scenario, you can give me Cesar Almeida 9 times out of 10, man. And this is with all due respect to Roman Kopylov. I know he's been in the UFC a lot longer, facing a higher level of competition. You know what I mean? And I only say he has, but the real higher levels of competition that he faced, he lost to. Like, let's keep it funky, man. Alessio, that don't impress me, man. Josh Frem, that don't impress me, man. The other 2 that he knocked out, like, I can't think of it, Ribeiro, you know what I mean? And then the other one that he just caught, like, they don't impress me, man. Go in there and knock out Cesar Almeida. That'll impress me. Cesar Almeida, as far as striking department goes, I said it before when I took him at plus money against the wrestling bull. And that was a wrestling bull with heavy wrestling credentials that was supposed to take this man down, drag this man out, and ragdoll this kickboxer. That's what this wrestler was supposed to do. And this wrestler wasn't able to do it. 3 out of 6 on the takedowns and still got knocked the fuck out. Because Cesar Almeida is not Robelas de Spain. Cesar Almeida knows how to get the fuck up off the ground. You understand what I'm saying to you? Am I worried that Roman Kopylov is going to come out here and pull a salsa boy on me? Not really, man. Do I think he's going to shoot for takedowns and try to get this fight to the ground? Yes, I do. And he may secure 1 or 2 takedowns before getting knocked the fuck out because Caesar's getting up. You understand what I'm saying to you? You're not going to make me believe that Roman Kopylov's going to come out here and be able to manhandle Cesar Almeida the way a motherfucker with heavy wrestling credentials was unable to handle Cesar Almeida and hold him down. You understand what I'm saying to you? Cesar Almeida had 3 fights in that kickboxing ring with Alex Pereira. All 3 of them went to decision. And one of those decisions unanimously went his way, meaning he beat Alex Pereira in there by decision. We all know how dangerous Alex Pereira is on the feet. And going to decision with him 3 times and having one of those decisions go your way is way more than what we could say for Israel Adesanya's first 3 fights with him. You understand what I'm saying to you? So it tells you how dangerous and how capable this young man in Cesar Almeida is on the feet, and he possesses takedown defense. This he's already shown us. This he's already proven that he can get taken down by a wrestler with wrestling credentials and get up. Roman Kopylov is a striker. You understand what I'm saying to you? Who primarily strikes and can work in a takedown from time to time, from here and there. Time to time, he can work in a takedown. But I don't think that he has the wrestling and the grappling and the top pressure in him and the top game in him to get Cesar Almeida down, keep Cesar Almeida down, and drag it out like Salsa Boy did to Robelas de Spain. You understand what I'm saying to you? I am very confident that Cesar Almeida knocks this young man the fuck out. And for everybody saying Roman Kopylov's going to knock Cesar Almeida out, If he does, I'll tap back in and give you nothing but respect, man. But I think as far as striking goes and being up on the feet, I think Cesar Almeida is by far the more dangerous individual. You understand what I'm saying to you? And Roman is going to try to get him to the ground. He's just not going to succeed enough to secure a victory. I got Almeida inside the distance, man. Brown versus Selecki. I'm rocking with Brown, man. This is another one where I feel like he's going to use his reach advantage to his advantage. Brown knows how to motherfucking maintain distance. His distance management is good. He can crack. You understand what I'm saying to you? His IQ, you know, average. You know what I mean? It's average. It ain't bad. I can't talk crazy about it. You know what I mean? Zaleski's nobody to sleep on, though. Zaleski is nobody's chump. You understand what I'm saying to you? He is nobody's chump. He's solid all the way to fuck around. So in no way, shape, form, or fashion am I sleeping on the boy Zaleski. I just feel like he's more so in the state of his career where he's going to kind of get put in the position like, you know, the Rafael dos Santoses and all the other gatekeepers of the top 15 and the top 10, you know what I mean? And just kind of stay up there and decipher who should and should not come past him. You understand what I'm saying to you? Where Randy Brown not going to be a champion, not going to be a title contender, but is going to move forward past Zaleski, you know, and continue to be successful somewhat in the UFC. You know what I mean? So Brown, that's the pick. Randy's the pick for me. Unanimous decision, man. You know what I mean? Two rounds to one. Maybe a split decision, because Zaleski is nobody to be slept on. This shit may be a split decision, you know what I mean? They might read both names off, you know what I mean? And Randy just ends up being the one getting the motherfucking nod at the end of it, you know what I'm saying, for a majority decision type shit, you know what I'm saying? Because Zaleski ain't no chump, man. Randy just might get the better of him and have him kind of, you know, wobbly here and there, might have him retreating a little bit. He might crack him a few times, you know what I'm saying? And the boy might not necessarily respond to it well. Now, with that being said, there might be some moments where Zaleski works his way in there and cracks Randy. He might drop Randy, you know what I mean, and take a whole round from him. While he was like Zaleski's one of those motherfuckers, man. You can't sleep on this man. But I do got Randy getting it, man. I do got Randy securing it. And I do got to go into the cards, man, for the most part, man. And it could be another banger, fight of the night, barn burner, you know, split decision type shit. Almeida versus Romanov. I'm going to go ahead and rock with Almeida, man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and go in on that man for what happened to him with Curtis Blades. It's Curtis fucking Blades, man. You know what would happen to Alexander Romanov with Curtis Blades? He'd get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be going up trying to big boy and muscle and just do what you want to do with the Curtis Blades and the Tom Aspinalls and the John Joneses and individuals like that of the division, man. You can't do it. It's not going to work out for you well. But this fight right here, Jay Alton Almeida can make it look like the Rosenstruck fight. He can make it look like the Derek Lewis fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? There's nothing spectacular about Alexander Romanov. You understand what I'm saying to you? If that big motherfucker is able to get himself on top of you, I can only imagine why he's so hard to get up off of you. He's a big, burly motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying to you? Tipping the fucking scales for the most part when he come in there. So, yeah, he gonna be hard to get off of most motherfuckers. But, man, I don't like this dude, man. Never been a fan of this motherfucker. When he came in, then when he fought Juan whatever the fuck Juan's name, man, Juan was beating that man. Let's keep it funky. Juan was beating that young man. And then what happened, and they scored it from where they scored it from, and it went the way it went. Juan was beating that man. And I just ain't really been impressed with anything past there. Anything in his career at all, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Jay Alton Almeida is a motherfucking world beater. You know what I'm saying? The boy's a beast. Let's not get that fucked up just because he lost to Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is Curtis Blades. 8 out of 10 motherfuckers in the heavyweight division step in there, they're losing to Curtis Blades. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 motherfuckers say they losing to Curtis Blades. You understand? They losing to Tom Aspinall. They losing to John Jones. You know what I mean? Like, let's stop fucking playing, man. You know what I mean? But Romanov, come on, man. Romanov need to get the fuck up out of here, man. Romanov need to get the fuck up out of here, man. And Almeida needs to go ahead and push him one more step closer to the door. And I got faith that he'll do that in UFC 302. Now, with that being said, this is heavyweight MMA. You know what I mean? And Almeida, you can say he shit the bed against Curtis if that's how you want to say it. I'm not going to say that. He just couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? That was a step up that he wasn't ready for. You know what I mean? Probably won't ever be ready for those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because once he makes it to the Curtis Blades and the Tom Aspinalls, and I mean, he might have a better chance with Ciryl Gane, you know what I mean, than he has with Curtis Blades. You feel me? Because Ciryl Gane's not going to be working for the motherfucking takedown. It's not very you know what I mean? Like, he's not credentialed in the wrestling department so that he's stuffing your takedowns and can keep it where he wants to keep it and just pretty much motherfucking guide the fight how he wants to do it. Like, it's different, you know what I mean? But yeah, back to this one, Almeida versus Romanov. I'm rocking with Almeida, man. I'm rocking with Almeida. Now you got Kevin versus Makhachev. I'm with Kevin. I'm with Kevin, man. He's going to use his reach advantage to his advantage in this fight if he so chooses to do so. You understand what I'm saying to you? I can see Kevin, I can see him cracking Makhachev. I can see him submitting Makhachev. But if we being all the way honest, I can see a night where Makhachev works his way into that body and then taps that motherfucking chin and puts Kevin down too. You understand what I'm saying to you? Kevin, in my personal opinion, is his own worst enemy, man. And I fuck with the boy. Like, I like him, man. I followed his career. And some of his losses are his own fucking fault. You know what I mean? It's a time and a place for everything, man. And I'm with it. Talk your shit. Crack your smiles. Chuckle your chuckles. Point your little finger. Do whatever you want to do. But gain your fucking respect in that octagon first. Touch that man's chin. You know what I'm talking about? Get your distance. Get your distance managed. Get your distance managed. Get your distance management under control so you can keep this man on the end of your punches, on the end of your jabs, on the end of your combinations, so you have a reason to be laughing, chuckling, and talking shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because when you get the fuck up in there, man, and from the very beginning, you just jibber jabbing out the motherfucking mouth and ain't taking shit seriously, so you're not controlling your distance and you're not getting things in order before you start jabbing off at the motherfucking jaw, that's when shit fall apart. And then Kev gets in his fucking head. You can see it all in his eyes and all in his face in the fight when it's happening. He gets in his motherfucking head and then he loses the fight to himself. He's his own worst enemy, man. You know what I mean? Kev could be a fucking beast. The frame he got for this division, the pop he got in his shots, his abilities on the feet, his jiu-jitsu on the ground. Like, Kev could be a fucking beast if he learned how to just dial it all in. You know what I mean? Just turn that volume down for a minute. Just mute everybody out. Dial the fuck in. Get your respect in that motherfucking cage. Get your managed. Get your distance managed. Get everything. Get all your little fucking ducks in a row. And then just start teeing off and talking shit because you got every motherfucking reason to do so. The motherfucker ain't gonna be able to get after you, man. Put your force field up, man. Use that motherfucking reach. Use your motherfucking limbs. Use your abilities, man. Stop letting your IQ in that octagon being your worst enemy, man. You know what I mean? I'm rocking with Kevin, man. It's not a night where Kevin doesn't fall apart and Makhachev walks away with this fucking fight, though. But I'm rocking with Kevin, man. Sean versus Paulo. I'm going to go ahead and rock with Paulo, man. I'm siding with Paulo, man. You know what I mean? Listen, his 3 losses. Izzy, I know what Sean did to Izzy. You know what I mean? Marvin Vettori and Robert Whittaker. In my personal opinion, Robert Whittaker, he goes through Sean. Marvin Vettori, he goes through Sean. You understand what I'm saying to you? Both of these individuals, Paulo and Sean, they're high volume and pressure fighters. They come forward. They don't like to take back steps. They come forward and they put out a lot of motherfucking volume on the feet from both sides. They both land about 6 or 7 strikes per minute. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, they're both coming forward and they're both putting out a lot of volume. And in my personal opinion, Sean Strickland would have to knock out Paulo Costa to walk away with this victory, man. Because I think Paulo Acosta, I'm under the belief that Paulo Acosta can make this fight look a lot like the Jared Cannonier fight did. You understand what I'm saying to you? And walk away with the nod from the judges, man. Not taking nothing away from Sean. He's fought some credible middleweights, man, but let's not act like a lot of his career wasn't down at motherfucking welterweight as well. You understand what I'm saying to you? These middleweights up here that are built like motherfucking Marvin Vettori and Robert Whittaker and Paulo Acosta, like these, like Yoel Romero type buff, like these middleweights, if they want to take Sean Strickland down and they get Sean Strickland down, he's not popping right back up. You understand what I'm saying to you? They are a lot more physically imposing up here than the individuals were down there. He's been paired up quite well with motherfuckers that want to stand on the feet and strike with him. You understand what I'm saying to you? Since being up here in the middleweight division. You know what I mean? Paulo wants to get this man down. Trust me when I tell you, he'll get him down. He'll make this fight look something like the Janet Cannonier fight. 2 out of 2 on motherfucking takes. Only 3 rounds, too. It's not 5 rounds. Both these motherfuckers is going to be fully fueled for this shit. As they're both 5-rounders, main eventers, you know what I'm saying? Main eventers and co-main eventers and title challengers, you know what I'm saying? So this 3 rounds is nothing to these motherfuckers who already come forward with a high motherfucking, high amount of motherfucking strikes, high volume of strikes on the feet and pressure. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, Paulo's going to be cracking harder, man. And this is what you got to remember about this fight. I know I'm rambling, but this is what you got to remember about this fight. Sean's boxing is nice. His shell is nice. His motherfucking boxing is crisp. His combinations are crisp. His motherfucking, his 2 down the pipe is clean. Paulo's not just boxing him, though. Paulo, he's coming through. He works to the body. He rocks to the head. He just punches a lot fucking harder. And he punches hard as fuck every fucking time. For that whole 25 or that whole 15 minutes, and it's only 15 minutes, Paulo's going to be coming. Sean's going to be coming too. But I think Paulo can knock Sean the fuck out. And with this being said, like I said about Sean's boxing and all that and his shell, Paulo throws body kicks that just whop to your body. He throws head kicks, leg kicks. Motherfucker, I mean, this motherfucker, come on, man. We not just talking about the boxing coming. He not just going in there trying to box Sean. You know what I'm talking about? He going in there and trying to take Sean's fucking head off. He's trying to cripple Sean's body up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he gonna be throwing side kicks to the body. If they present themselves, the leg kicks, he's going to be chopping at that man's legs. Head kicks if they're open. When he likes to come in with that bank, bank, bank. Like he'll rip to the body, come over there, hit top. That motherfucker rip to your body, come over the top, and throw a fucking leg kick. I mean a head kick, you know what I'm saying? With that shin coming straight. And if you block it, that thing's still whopping off your motherfucking forearm. You feel me? Like Paulo's coming. He's coming. And in my personal opinion, he's going to be the one landing the more powerful and the more detrimental blows in this fight. You understand? Sean's not just going to be able to stay away from everything. Paulo rips the motherfucking body, comes up over the motherfucking. Paulo can box too. I'm not saying his boxing's crisper than Sean's. I'm saying Paulo can box too, and then you mix in those body kicks and those leg kicks and those head kicks and that all-around game, because he can mix in that wrestling. And I think if he chooses to mix in the wrestling, he can get Sean down, and Sean won't be able to just hop right up. He'll keep him down. It might only be for 18 seconds. It might be for 47 seconds, but it'll be long enough that he gets him down, secures the motherfucking takedown, and throws a couple strikes. Sean will do what he do and get himself back to the motherfucking feet, and then they'll rumble off the motherfucking cage, man. But both of these motherfuckers come forward. Both of them throw the same high volume on the feet as far as strikes are concerned. One of them just throws them a hell of a lot harder, in my personal fucking opinion. And one of them also is a hell of a lot harder to knock the fuck down, knock the fuck out, or get the fuck out of there. And that's Paulo Acosta, man. So, with all due respect to Sean Strickland, his body of work, his level of competition, his resume, the fact that he's been in the UFC a lot longer than Paulo Costa, the fact that he has 2 times the amount of fights in MMA is Paulo Acosta. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's just the middleweight division. Paulo Acosta's built different. I don't think Sean Strickland gets through a Marvin Vettori. I don't think he gets through a Robert Whittaker. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, he was matched up quite properly, in my personal opinion, man. And I think all that shit stops at UFC 302. And Paulo Costa pumps the brakes on him. And then, God forbid, they give him Marvin Vettori or Robert Whittaker, something like that after that. Like, I mean, he's shit out of luck from here on out, man. He had his moment. He took that belt from Izzy. When he lost that motherfucker to Drakus, that was it. It was over. He'll never be a title holder again in this division. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It is over for him, man. He is going to be pushed out of the top 5. He cannot beat these guys in Paulo Acosta, Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier, motherfucking Robert Whittaker. Like, he cannot beat. He's already been proven he can't beat Jared. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, he can't beat these individuals, in my personal opinion. He was matched up well. He got the motherfucking Izzy. Now it is what it is, and he is where he is. You know what I mean? And that's in a fucked up position, in my personal opinion, because he don't walk away victorious on Saturday from Paulo. You know what I mean? I think Paulo gets this one. Unanimous decision. And that's if he doesn't get it inside the distance by touching motherfucking Sean's chin with a motherfucking kick, shin to the chin, or a combination. Body to the motherfucking head. You understand what I'm saying to you? Paulo dangerous, man. And he being slept on. In my personal opinion, this shit right here should be a -110 pick 'em. But it's not, so I'm going to take advantage of the money line, +170, Paulo Costa. Now we got Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier for the motherfucking main event, man. And after all this, I got no pick, man. I got no pick, man. I'm leaving this one the fuck alone, man. I'm a Dustin Poirier fan. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm just not going to go against the grain, man. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch this one, man, because I understand Islam Makhachev being the favorite. Do I understand him being a -550? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, man. Could he justify being a -550 or a -850 by the time fight night comes in a few days, 10 days from now, you know what I mean? He very well may, you know what I mean? Maybe he gets Dustin Poirier down in the first round, the first time, and just gets him the fuck up out of there, you know what I mean? It took Khabib 3 rounds and 7 takedowns to be able to get Dustin Poirier up out of there, you know what I mean? So if y'all think that Islam Makhachev is that much better than Khabib Nurmagomedov in his prime, you know what I mean? Then maybe, he justifies the price tag and gets Dustin Poirier up out of there in the first round by submission. You know what I mean? But with that being said, let's not act like that one loss on Islam Makhachev's record does not come from his goddamn chin being touched. If that chin gets touched, he can go down. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is not a Khabib. This is not a John Jones. This is not somebody who is undefeated and never been beat. This is not somebody who's never been slept. You know what I mean? Like, this is an individual in Islam Makhachev who got knocked the fuck out, and then since then has done very fucking well at making sure he does not place himself in a position to get knocked the fuck out again. You know what I mean? With that being said, does Dustin Poirier possess enough pop in his shots that if he touches his chin with a proper motherfucking combination or check hook that he can put him down? Yes, he does. Dustin Poirier can knock this man the fuck out. He can knock out just about anybody in the lightweight division. You understand what I'm saying to you? If he catches them with a proper shot. If he catches them with a clean combination or a clean hook, whoo, and let alone it be a motherfucking let that motherfucker be like a check hook. Let it be a counter shot. Man, you can definitely go to sleep. You know what I mean? So Islam Makhachev, he has his work cut out for him. Dustin Poirier is no slouch in this jiu-jitsu defense department. Hence why it took Khabib 7 out of 8 takedowns to get him to the ground and submit him, and 3 rounds to do so. You know what I mean? Dustin ain't no chump. Not in the wrestling department, not in the grappling department, offensive or defensive, not in the jiu-jitsu department, offensive or defense, and definitely not in the striking department, offensive or defensive. You understand what I'm saying to you? If anybody has the capabilities to show up, put this man's lights out at like the last fucking minute, secure that motherfucking belt, take a bow, just fucking retire, it's Dustin Poirier, man. He's got the capabilities to do some shit like that. Just to show up, show out, show off one last time in Newark, New Jersey, and motherfucking just fuck it. Retire. You know what I mean? I had the interim belt. You feel me? Now I got this one. Maybe he'll want to defend the motherfucker one time so he won't retire. But if he was able to secure that belt on Saturday, it would be him retiring and just going out all the way on top, or him giving Islam a run back so he could go ahead and defend the title to consider himself the undefeated, the undisputed UFC lightweight champion, and also give Islam another chance, you know what I mean, and beat him fucking twice. You know what I mean? Type shit like Max did to Aldo. Type shit like what was the boy did it to Henan Barral. You know what I mean? Like, Weidman did to Silva. You know what I mean? There's fucking Rose did it to Wang Zhang Li. You know what I mean? Like, one of those situations, man. Just come on up, knock him the fuck out, take that boat, give him a rematch, knock him the fuck out even faster, and retire. You know what I mean? Boy! I would love to see that happen for Dustin Poirier. Now, with that being said, the money line suggests he's going to get choked the fuck out or knocked the fuck out inside the distance. I just can't take myself to the window to back that up. You know what I mean? So I'm leaving this fight alone. I wouldn't be surprised at any outcome from any side, man. You know what I mean? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs, man. Know what I mean? We rocking with Lima to kick the card off. We rocking with Jocelyn Edwards as our first dog. We rocking with Bezel to get it done inside the distance. We rocking with Alex by unanimous decision. We rocking with Phil as our second dog to take it by unanimous decision. We rocking with Grant to take it 30-27 across the board or inside the distance, and that's with all due respect to Joe Selecki. I just feel like this is the wrong time to be matched up with Grant and to be Joe Selecki. We taking Cesar Almeida as a slight dog against Roman Kopylov to get it done inside the distance. KO, TKO, or possibly unanimous decision, because he'll stuff enough of Roman's takedowns when Roman no longer wants to strike, keep it on the feet and upright long enough to outwork this man over the course of 15 minutes if Roman survives. You know what I'm talking about? Randy Brown versus Zaleski. I'm rocking with Randy Brown, but this fight could get spicy. You understand what I'm saying to you? As Zaleski is no chump and nobody to be slept on. He's nobody's motherfucking fool, man. But I do have Randy Brown just outworking him over the course of 15 minutes and using that reach advantage to his advantage to be able to do so. Jay Alton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov. If it was somebody else higher up in the heavyweight division, you understand what I'm saying to you, we'd have a little bit more of a conversation. But it's Alexander Romanov, the individual who arguably lost to Juan Espinoza or whatever it was in his second UFC fight, and I just have had no interest in this motherfucker since. You know what I mean? So it's Almeida, man. It's Almeida to get it done. Unanimous decision or possibly, inside the distance. I feel like I can't shit on Almeida for that step up against Blades because it is Blades, but Romanov is Romanov, and Almeida could make this look like he made the Rosenstruck fight and the Derek Lewis fight look. You understand what I'm saying to you? Kevin versus McCall. We rocking with Kevin, but this is another one that could get spicy. This is another one that could go to split decision where they read both names off. If Kevin puts himself in his own head and isn't completely dialed in and doesn't learn how to just stop being his own worst enemy. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or McCall could possibly clip this motherfucker and put him down if he loses a round and comes into it 1 round apiece going into the third and he's too far in his motherfucking head and overreaches for something. He could get clipped by McCall. But I'm rocking with Kevin, man. I'm rocking with Kevin. I'm hoping he shows up of sound mind, knocks this man the fuck out, or secures a submission. You know what I mean? Kevin's the pick though. Sean versus Paulo Costa. We rocking with Paulo Costa, man. We rocking with Paulo Costa to possibly knock Sean Strickland the fuck out, but to definitely secure a decision. Islam versus Dustin, we leaving it the fuck alone, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I will tap back in with the parlays, and I'm gonna go ahead and post the quick picks a little bit later on, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.